Alright everybody, thanks for tuning in to Chase to Health. I'm your host Chase. In this video, I'm going to be doing a 21-day water fast. So the longest I've ever done is 8 days. So we'll see, this will be interesting. That was pretty hard when I did that. Make sure before you try any sort of fasting that you check with your doctor to make sure you're healthy enough. Certain conditions can cause complications when fasting. Always check with your doctor first.
This video is for entertainment purposes only. Fasting can be especially dangerous. Always consult your physician before trying fasting of any kind. This is a vlog style video. If you would like to skip ahead, check out the timestamps in the description.
So some reasons you might want to do a water fast. If you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to detox the body, if you're trying to cleanse and heal. A couple things leading into the fast last night. Yesterday I ate more like 25% fat and only like 2,000 calories. And I also went for a 10-mile run and lifted a bunch of weights. I'm hoping that since that burned through a lot of my glycogen, that I'll get into ketosis faster. One of the benefits of dry fasting is that you will get into ketosis faster. What I decided to do is for the first 24 to 36 hours, I'm gonna do a dry fast. So I'm not going to drink any water. You could do a hard dry fast, which means you don't touch water. If I have to wash my hands because I touched something dirty, I'm gonna wash my hands, but I'm gonna try to avoid it. So yeah, I'm just gonna listen to my body when I'm really thirsty, maybe around hour 36, that's when it's happened to me in the past. Maybe I'll drink, maybe I won't, maybe I'll push it 48, I don't know. I just wanna get into ketosis as fast as possible. Before I started fasting last night, I started at midnight. I weighed about 61 pounds and my body fat was 9%. So I've got plenty of body fat. I'm not worried. I bet maybe at the end of it, at the most, I'll be 6% body fat. Maybe less, I don't know. But you only need like 2 to 3% body fat. So if I look at the scale and I'm like 2% body fat, I'd probably stop. For my height, I'm 6 feet tall. The lowest healthy BMI is 140. So, you know, if I'm hanging below 140 for a long time, that might be a reason to stop too. The other thing to consider with that though, is that you've got glycogen in your liver and glycogen in all your muscles that hold, it's the glycogen, but also mixed with water. So that's a lot of weight that if you are doing the keto diet or if you're fasting, that kind of can skew off the BMI. So if you're 135 pounds when you've been fasting, once you eat again, you might be 145 in a couple days because of all the glycogen restores. So I've done dry fasting in the past. Now dry fasting is probably the fastest way to burn fat because not only are you in ketosis and your body needs the fat for energy, but you dehydrated your body, so your body needs to actually burn fat to make water as well, and it can do this process. But as far as like doing it for just purely health, like if you're trying to do it for a health reason, if you're trying to heal and cleanse the body, then a water fast is what you're gonna wanna do. I think dry fasting, all the non-essential things in your body that your body ignores when you're eating and stuff like that, it's gonna ignore them as well because it's trying to hold on to water. It's like we have to survive. So we're gonna use our water for things that we absolutely need. So if you're trying to heal little things like scars on your body or whatever it is, things that aren't healing, then a water fast is what you're gonna wanna do. Unless you need to lose weight as fast as possible, I wouldn't do a dry fasting. Those are my thoughts on that. I'm gonna try to do just water. Probably the best way to do it if you're trying to heal the body. If you're trying to just lose weight, then you might want to be active, right? Because you're gonna want to burn more fat. What can happen, there's been people that take blood pressure medication and they fast and then they faint because your blood pressure will drop. You can lose some sodium and potassium, which are essential electrolytes for your blood pressure. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of listen to my body, and if I'm really struggling and I have things that I have to do that day, I can't rest. Obviously, if I'm struggling and I don't have anything to do, I'm just gonna lay down and meditate and try to go to sleep. So what I'll do is I'll take some sodium, maybe a quarter teaspoon of real salt or Himalayan pink salt. If that's not enough, I might go all the way up to 1 teaspoon, maybe 2 teaspoons. I'm gonna try to do sodium. If that's not enough, I'm gonna do potassium. If that's not enough, I'm gonna add some magnesium. And then also, if I feel like I'm dying, I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna push it, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be able to do it. The other thing I'm gonna do differently than I've ever done before is I'm going to have a strict refeeding period. I'm going to have 2 ounces of watermelon, the first thing I have, and I'm gonna do that every 2 hours. Some kind of melon, kind of high water content fruit. You wanna gradually introduce food again into your body. I'm gonna try that as well. And the refeeding period is roughly a third of what you're doing. So if it's a 21-day water fast, then a third of that would be 7 days. So I'm gonna do that for 7 days each day, increasing my food a little bit before I'm back to eating tons of bananas. So when you fast, what you're doing is you're just getting everything else out of the way. When your body's digesting, you don't realize it, but that's a pretty crazy chemical reaction going on. It takes a lot of energy just digesting food. Yeah, so join me on the journey. Should be interesting. My prediction is that I'm gonna feel pretty crummy eventually, and and I'm gonna introduce some sodium and potassium and magnesium, and then I'm gonna get energy. Hopefully I can get to a point where on those electrolytes I actually am productive, because it'd be really nice to like get a lot done this month versus just losing 3 weeks of my life. Weirdly enough, it's almost harder from my experience when you're water fasting. You feel more tired than when you're dry fasting. That's said to be because when you're water fasting, you're actually cleansing and healing the body. When you're dry fasting, your body's like really freaking out because like, oh wait, we don't have food, we don't have water, like we need to get water quick. It's kind of like, that's really important, because even though your body can turn fat into water like as much as it absolutely needs, that's not necessarily optimal hydration. In fact, when you're dry fasting, you probably shouldn't do any like exercise or something like that, because you can tear your muscles and stuff like that. You can hurt yourself, you get cramps. All right, this is day 2. I am about 36 hours into my dry fast. So I'm really thirsty. My body really wants water. I don't think you'd want to push it much further past that. But just to kind of check my hypothesis, I'm going to check my ketone levels to see how deep I am into ketosis, if dry fasting kind of jump-started it a little bit. Let's see what we got here. Turn off my finger first. All right. Good sized drop of blood. Okay, so that's really high, 5.8 millimoles per liter. It's like really high. So yeah, the dry fasting really worked. Wow. I think also though what I did is I ran 10 miles yesterday and I didn't eat a lot of calories. Actually 2 days ago, I mean. So the day before I ran 10 miles, I lifted a ton of weights and I ate only 2,000 calories and higher fat. So yeah, I'm in like heavy ketosis. So that's good. So there's no reason to not drink any water right now. I'm already deep into ketosis. So I'm gonna drink some water. Oh my god. I like to heat it up because when you're dry fasting, it's like really hard not to just chug it. It's good. So yeah, I'd say once you're in deep ketosis, again, unless you're trying, for whatever reason, hypothetically, you had to lose fat as fast as possible. I don't know what situation, but let's just say hypothetically you had to do it. Dry fasting would be the best. It would probably be the fastest way to get there. But as far as healing and cleansing the body, dry fasting, I just can't imagine how it would be better than water fasting. If someone has some information on that, leave it in the comments. I'd love to learn more about it. But from my research, basically the only paper I could find on it, on dry fasting, is like I can't remember what his name is, but there's some Russian dude that put out a free PDF on dry fasting, and I read it, but some of it had it was talking about like water memory and stuff, which I think is kind of bogus. Again, I'm not 100% sure. I haven't done research on it extensively, but I'd say water memory is pretty much bogus. Yeah, I mean, being dehydrated I don't see how that could be beneficial in any way. The water your body makes from its fat is as pure as it could possibly be. But if you're drinking really pure reverse osmosis or distilled water, you're getting really pure water. So I wouldn't worry about it. I wish I'm so not sure about the best water to drink between distilled and reverse osmosis. Even Neil deGrasse Tyson says you shouldn't drink distilled water. But it seems like when I've researched it, if you take distilled water and you put it next to water that has minerals in it, the distilled water is going to leach the minerals from the other water because it's going to balance out. But your body's not like that. Your body's just not floating everything around in one big. It compartmentalizes everything. It separates everything. And it has these membranes that let certain chemicals through but not back. When you drink distilled water, it's not just leaching everything from everywhere. Your body's really good at keeping what minerals it wants where it wants them. There's some people that are trying to do distilleries in poor African communities because they don't have clean drinking water, and people are attacking them and they're having to defend themselves. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think ideally probably drinking clean spring water would be the best. But really the best thing to do is just to eat fruit. Personally, I don't drink much water when I'm eating, and I get usually on my chronometer it's 150% of the water, usually 130% to 150% of my water needs met every day. And if you think about it, an orange, it's like a bottle of water, but it's better because it has electrolytes and it has vitamin C and it has calories. The plant filters out all the toxic stuff in the water, so the water you're getting in the fruit is perfect. That's what I would say is the best. Yeah, this water's great. Yeah, it's probably too much water that I drank right there. If you had a lot of discipline, maybe you'd do just 8 ounces instead of a pint, but I don't have a lot of discipline. My body really wanted this, so. But definitely you wouldn't want to push that, so I'm gonna wait probably probably a couple hours before I drink any more water. All right, so I'm water fasting now. So I just got 468 hours to go or something like that. It'll be gone before I know it. All right, I will check in when there's something relevant. All right, see you guys. I thought I'd do a little update here. It's day 4, about 85 hours in, and you know, I was feeling pretty good yesterday. Once I added the water back in, that was nice. But unfortunately, I've had a lot of work I've had to do. I had to stay up till like 3 in the morning the past couple of nights, which is not ideal. Sometimes when you're working on projects, things come up that you didn't plan on or whatever, so I've decided I'm gonna add a 1/4 teaspoon of real salt to my water bottle today and see how that makes me feel. I suggest if you are doing a fast to rest as much as possible, and if you need to get up and do something and you're struggling, then try to add the salt. But try to avoid the salt if you can, but the salt is kind of there to help you get your blood pressure up so you can take on the day. So I'm gonna try the salt, see how I feel, and if I feel great, you know, maybe tomorrow I'll try without. Actually, tomorrow I have a show. Man. Yeah, I got a show tomorrow, and then I got a wedding during the day on Saturday, and then another show on Saturday night. Once I get through this weekend, though, I only have one more. I have like a pretty low-key show next week. But after that, I don't have any other shows. I can do a lot of chilling on the weekend, which would be ideal. So see, yeah, if the salt starts not feeling like enough, I'm gonna add some potassium and then some magnesium. Yeah, only, what, 420 more hours to go, right? Not a big deal. Only 17 more days, like, whatever. 17 days without food, that's like, not a big deal, right? Just, you know, sometimes you gotta live your life like an algebra problem, you know? X equals, I'm fasting for 21 days. And then you just gotta work the equations to make that true. Eye on the prize. Alright, see you guys. Little update here. This is day 8. Checked the scale this morning. I'm down to 6.5% body fat and 141 pounds. So in 8 days, I've dropped 2.5% body fat and about 19 pounds. 190 hours in. I was going to teach a piano lesson right now. I had a rough weekend. I had a show on Friday night, and then I had to play at a wedding ceremony on Saturday during the day, and then I had a reception at night I had to play at. Not ideal. There just wasn't another time for me to do this, and you know, it would have been too late in the game to try to find someone to cover it. I did end up making a electrolyte drink on Thursday night. I have these 99 milligram potassium pills that I crushed up one of those, put it in 3 cups of warm water, and then half a teaspoon of real salt and half a teaspoon of magnesium, which came out to about 67 milligrams or something like that. I felt so good. I was like, oh, I should have another. I had another, and I felt even better. It was almost like I wasn't fasting. That's how good I felt. And next day, I had a show on Friday, and I thought, oh, well, what I'll do is I'll have one of those before my show because I want to feel good for my show. And the thrill was gone. My stomach felt kind of gurgly, and I was like really thirsty, and ended up having to drink some of the water at the venue, which wasn't ideal, but I was like dying. So I think I overdid the electrolytes. So I've learned that, you know, it might be good maybe one day, but then take the next day off. Just drinking pure water. Really trying to listen to your body. I'm learning here. Never done a fast this long. But yeah, yesterday I had a friend's 30th birthday I wanted to go to, which is really hard because they were eating food, you know, which is kind of nice actually to smell the food, but one thing that's kind of weird is I'm a vegan and I don't eat meat, but my brain was saying like, meat, good. Obviously, if there was fruit and salad there, I would have been thinking the same thing. It's just my brain is like, hey man, beggars can't be choosers. You know, it's the same reason why when people are stranded on a mountain somewhere, they like eat people. The body wants to survive, and it doesn't care about ethics at a certain point. Just 13 more days to go. Man, alright, see you guys later. Just finished my piano lesson. It wasn't so bad. It's nice when you got a student that has better energy. You only have a finite amount of energy to give when you're fasting. One of the other things that was interesting that I've noticed is when I was playing at the restaurant last Friday and just like smelling the food, which is like onion rings and like nacho platters, which usually would disgust me. It's like nachos and meat, but my body was like, yes, eat. And then at the wedding ceremony, there was M&Ms on all the tables, and then my body was like, oh my god. And then this morning, I had a couple dreams. I kind of woke up and went back to sleep. I had this dream. My mom had cooked a turkey, and it was like raw in the middle, and I was like eating it, and it's just like gross for me to think about. And then I used to work at Caribou Coffee in high school. I had a dream I was back there, and I was like crumbling up the cookies from the bakery and putting them in milk and just like drinking like the gooey mess, and it was like so good in the dream. But it's just like to think about that now. I haven't had dairy in a long time. Oh, it really grosses me out. But yeah, I think it's just my body's way of saying eat something. So this is what I've heard people say, which I don't know if I buy it. They say, oh, that's just your body detoxing when you crave unhealthy food. I don't understand how that would work on a biochemical level. I think what makes more sense to me is that your brain remembers that those are very calorically dense things, like meat and sugar and desserts and stuff. It's thinking, what could I eat that would get me back out of this caloric deficit as fast as possible? To me, that makes more sense. I think that's what's going on. I don't know. Just that's how I personally feel about it. I know if I ate any of that stuff, I would feel like garbage. And man, breaking a fast with anything like that would be really bad idea. When they rescued all those people from the Holocaust and they were all wasting away, they fed these people, and a lot of them died from refeeding syndrome because their body couldn't handle it. So yeah, when I break my fast, I'm gonna do it really intelligently. In the past, I've never done it right, but I think this time I'll be able to do it right. Eat a couple 1 to 2 ounces of watermelon every 2 hours for the first day, and slowly increase it every day for 7 days or something like that. We'll see how I'm feeling. But that would be the perfect ideal way to do it. Another thing that was kind of interesting is I told my band mates what I was doing. I'm not ashamed of it or whatever. And one of the guys, he said, you know, everyone thinks this is a bad idea what you're doing. I just want you to know that we think it's a bad idea. And I said, I hear you, but I've done my research and I know what I'm doing. And what's kind of cool I've noticed about myself is I used to be the kind of person that would just like keep that to myself, not tell anyone. But it's just like I've learned as I've gotten older here, it's just better to be honest. Because if you're not honest, you can't get the feedback maybe that you might need in a certain situation. Maybe they would have had something valuable. They didn't have anything valuable to say to me, but maybe they would have. Maybe they would have been like, oh, hey, you know, I've fasted and I had this issue or something, and be careful not to do these things. And if I kept it to myself, and I wouldn't have gotten that information. So it's really good to just be honest and just be a man, or I don't like to say be a man anymore, but be an adult about it. Be like, yep, this is what I'm doing. I did say at the beginning of this that if my body's telling me to stop, I'm going to stop. Or if my body fat percentage gets to an unhealthy level, I'm going to stop. I got a couple of calls I got to make to some clients, and maybe some remixing I got to do of a track. I mixed a song last night, which the client just thought I just blew him away, which felt really good. So I can still function really well when I'm fasting, which is kind of cool. I'm surprised about that, but we'll see how I'm doing next week and the third week. Luckily, I did plan this out, so my last 3 days, I'm going to get off work on Friday, and I don't have a show on Friday, I don't have a show on Saturday, so I'm just going to, Friday night is when I get home, I'm going to lay down, bed rest, just nothing but clean water, and same thing Saturday, same thing Sunday, and I'm going to break my fast. I could break my fast, I started on midnight on a Sunday, so I could break my fast at midnight on Sunday. What I'll probably do is I'll probably just try to go to sleep and break it in the morning, but we'll see how I feel. I might say I'm breaking this fast now, which could be cool, might be better too. See how I feel. So yeah, I'm down to 41 pounds, lost about 20 pounds, and I'm 6.5% body fat, so I was 9%, down to 6.5, so that's 2.5%. So what does that mean? Does that mean that I'll lose another 2.5, like 5% more body fat? Hopefully the rate of body fat that I lose. I did too much work last week. I was staying up till 3 in the morning and working on these projects for clients. It was not ideal. And then I played 2 shows, well, basically 3 shows last weekend. I've got 1 show next Friday. That's about it. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Hopefully I've got enough energy for that. Alright guys, I'll check in if something interesting happens or next week. Alright, see ya. Alright, so if any of you are interested, thought I'd show you what I'm putting in my water. I'm trying to avoid drinking anything but clean water, but I find that I've noticed sometimes when I was getting out of bed, I would get lightheaded and stuff like that. So I think my electrolytes were low. So you see what I got here? I got some magnesium and real salt and potassium. If you want to find some potassium or magnesium, you don't really have to worry about salt. I mean, most of the salt, if it's sea salt or real salt or Himalayan salt, it's not going to have any sugar in it or something like that. But you'd want to look in the back here. You can actually see it says contains no sugar. And in the ingredients you can see there's nothing that would break your fast. 2 teaspoons of this, it meets the RDA, but I'm not doing that much. I think I overdid it one of the days and my stomach felt a little gurgly. So yeah, I just do a half a teaspoon of that, a half a teaspoon of real salt, and then this is 99 milligrams potassium. Again, there's nothing in here that is a sugar that would break the fast, so you want to make sure whatever potassium you're getting. The RDA is a lot higher than 99, but I'm just taking 1 or 2 of these and I'm crushing them up with a couple spoons and I'm putting them in my water here with warm water, shaking it up and drinking that, and it's delicious. It really wakes me up. Thought you guys might be interested in that. Again, I would try to not overdo that. The best thing you can do is just lay in bed and do nothing. But that's really hard to do for me anyway at this point. Alright, there you go. Alright guys, this is day 11. I'm actually feeling pretty good. I'm down to like 139 pounds. Something that's exciting is I'm past my halfway point. Just 252 more hours to go. Yeah, so yesterday was like the first night I went to work and then I taught some lessons, came home and just went right to bed. Didn't do any electrolytes yesterday. I feel better actually. It's like my body stopped craving them once I didn't have as much stress. I gotta play a show tomorrow night and then after that, I'm pretty much in the clear. I mean, I still gotta work and teach, but those are basically sitting down. I find that it's like standing up that actually takes a lot of energy. One thing I was trying to do is I've heard that you're not supposed to brush your teeth, but I was still brushing my teeth a little bit, but not every day. My gum got sore right here, so I went back to brushing my teeth and flossing that area. But I'm using fluoride-free toothpaste, so it already feels better. I just have 10 more days to go. It's crazy. And one other thing, it's getting like really hard to fall asleep. Last night, I got home at like 7 and I just went in bed, read a little bit and watched some stuff on my iPad. I've got my blue blockers on that I wear, block the blue light. I tried to go to bed at like 10:30, just laid in bed for probably an hour and then like, oh, I should probably wake up, watched my iPad for a little bit, tried again in an hour. I did that and then I kept doing that. Then finally I started taking some notes and writing down some goals about what I'm gonna do when I'm done fasting. Man, I'm so excited. I've never been so excited for something. And finally I think I fell asleep at like 4 in the morning. Woke up at like 8 and I felt like really, really good. And then I was up and then did some shopping because there's some deals. I'm a sucker for a deal. Get some instrument cables. And then I think I fell asleep for a little bit, maybe another hour or something. But I feel pretty good. I think you don't need as much sleep when you're fasting, obviously. So yeah, just gonna keep crushing it. I'll probably check in at 2 weeks. Alright, see ya. Alright, it's Friday night, a little after midnight. I just got back from my show. I was really worried about it because I was so tired and felt like I couldn't sing, or I tried to sing before I went. Warmed up a little bit and I did drink some electrolytes. I did the potassium, magnesium, and salt, and then I laid down for a little bit and then I practiced a little bit. I could like barely play the guitar, I felt like. But I showed up, I felt really tired, and then I got all this energy. And there's this song, Free Fallin', that has a high A that I was like, I'm not gonna sing this. But then someone requested Tom Petty, so I was like, oh god. Alright, let's do it. And I just killed it. It felt good. I mean, I did, having not eaten for 12 and a half days. Towards the end of the night, I almost felt like I forgot that I was fasting at all. I was just drinking water. I had 3 cups of water I drank during the show. That's all I drank that I brought from home. It was a lot of fun, actually. I had fun. Yeah, it's almost like I just feel like crap during the day. Then at night, I get a ton of energy. It's kind of been my whole life, actually. Kind of a night owl. But it's almost like the fasting is accentuating that somehow. Like, I literally don't feel like I'm fasting right now. I just feel like, oh, I gotta eat soon. It's like, oh, it's dinner time. Usually I eat after show. They had bananas. My band members brought bananas. That was tough, man. Seeing them eat bananas. I'm gonna eat some bananas when I'm done. Oh man, bananas every day. Every day. Oh man. Yeah, I can't wait to break my fast. I'm gonna cut the refeeding short, I decided. I'm not gonna do it proper. I got a Orange Theory membership that I gotta do a few days in my period, otherwise I'll basically lose that money. So I'm gonna do 2 days of refeeding. Do watermelon, 1 ounce, wait 2 hours, then do 2, wait 2 hours, then do 3 ounces. And I'm gonna do that, and then the next day I'm gonna keep going with watermelon or some other watery fruit, either oranges or cantaloupe, and I'm gonna switch to 2.5 hours in between. And then on the third day I'm just gonna try to eat normally and then go to the gym. Yeah, it's gonna be great. Man, I can't believe I made it this far. Yep. I can't believe I made it this far. It's like I'm not even tired right now. It's been kind of a pain because I'm like not tired. I go to bed at 10:30. I lay in bed for 2 hours just trying to meditate. Can't sleep. I get up at midnight and then I like read or like watch something on my iPad with my, blue blockers and try again at like 2. Same thing. Lay in bed for 2 hours and I get up at like 3:30 and I read a little bit more and I finally probably fall asleep at like 4. And then like getting up in the morning, it's like I'm so tired. Like I wish I could feel like that at night. So that's been kind of tough. But tomorrow's Saturday. I don't have anything to do. I'm gonna mow my lawn. I'm gonna clean my house, do my laundry, and then, because I got a new client coming over to the house on Monday, so I don't want to look like I was originally just gonna leave it all to hell till I break my fast, but yeah, I don't want to look sloppy. After that, mow my lawn, do my laundry, shower, and then it's just going to work sitting, driving to lessons sitting, coming home, and just laying down for the next 9 days. That's what I'm gonna do. Alrighty. This is the evening on day 12, so it's just the beginning of day 13. Alright, so this is day 15. I'm about 349 hours in. I checked the scale this morning. I'm down to 135 pounds. I did a little research about how low your body fat can go. So for 6 feet tall, my healthy range, the lowest healthy range would be 140, but it's actually, if I went to the doctor and I'm below 140, they'd just say, oh, well, you're low. But they wouldn't consider it a disorder until you get below 17.5 as a BMI. For me, that would be below 130. Once you go below 130, they're gonna think you have anorexia if you went to the doctor. But you could, if you had to, let's say for survival reasons, you could push it to 13.5 BMI. Once you go below that, that means your body's gonna start basically eating. It's eaten enough of your muscles and all of your fat. It's gonna start eating your organs and your organs will fail. So for me, that'd be about 100 pounds. So I'm definitely not gonna push it that low. I've got 7 more days to go. If I lose roughly a pound a day, I might be down to 128. So yeah, we'll see. That first week I lost quite a bit, but I was doing a ton of stuff. This next week I don't really have anything to do. I'm gonna mow my lawn today and I'm gonna do a little bit of cleaning in my house. After that, it's nothing but sitting at my desk and sitting teaching. I don't have to play a show next weekend, so I'm just gonna basically bed rest the whole time. I'm starting to get really stir crazy. It's really hard for me to not feel productive. I purposely didn't take on any projects this week outside of teaching and working at the office, just so that when I come home I could just lie in bed. I got a client that called me though. He probably wants to do something. I might do one thing. It's hard. I like to feel productive and, well, I like the money too, to be honest. Oh, another thing I noticed though. So I'm a raw vegan, right? And I eat like nothing but organic produce. I finally decided I gotta start seeing how much I'm spending on this, because I've been doing it about 5-6 months and I'm spending quite a lot. So taking 3 weeks off and buying food, like, wow, I'm saving so much money. That's kind of cool. I'm really having a hard time sleeping. I go to bed at, I probably fall asleep around 4 and wake up around 8. Today I got up at 8 and then I went back to bed for another couple hours and I felt like that was like really restorative sleep. Oh, one other thing. I was crushing up these potassium pills to put in my water every now and then. They weren't really dissolving, so I was worried. I didn't really want to like take the pill or really eat the powder, so I just got some of this. And that dissolves right in the water. I'm not doing the special drink every day. I'm doing it just when I feel like I need it. I feel like I overdo it sometimes and then I'm like really thirsty. I'm like really craving foods still. I'm not like physically hungry, but my brain is just like, I can't stop thinking about food. Like I want to buy like a popcorn machine to make popcorn. And I know that once I start eating again, I'm not going to want to do this. So I watched Super Size Me again, which is like, and he's eating all this McDonald's and like, you know, I'm gluten-free and I'm vegan. And there's a part of my brain that's like, oh my God, yeah, McDonald's, like it's so crazy. Like I can't even imagine. But it's funny though, I should say. So at the end of the movie, his girlfriend who's vegan, which is pretty cool actually. Guess it didn't work out. She makes him this detox diet and she's like a vegan cook. And I saw like the meals she's making and it's like, like my brain like exploded with desire. It's not that like I really want crappy food. I think it's that I want anything. My brain wants anything. I'm starting to feel really deprived. Yeah, like if someone showed me like a fruit platter, man. But yeah, no, oh yeah, it was my mother's birthday last Sunday, and so now I went to a party with a bunch of food the Sunday before, and then the next Sunday it's my mom's birthday, and they had pizza, but they had like cupcakes and desserts. And there's these little tiny little cupcakes, and I was just like, oh my God, I just want to eat that so bad. Obviously I wouldn't. It's not like I have trouble controlling myself. It's just I'm just acknowledging that those thoughts are coming into my brain, right? There's a difference between having the thoughts and like acting on them. As a vegan or a healthy person, having a craving for unhealthy food, that doesn't necessarily change who you are. I think the actions really define what you believe more than your thoughts, I would say. Yeah, I got another week to go. So yeah, wish me luck. If something crazy happens, maybe I'll check in before, but if not, I'm just gonna stick it out. Next weekend, I'm just gonna bed rest. Go to the grocery store and get some watermelon or mango or cantaloupe would be really good. Hopefully I can get something that's fresh. It's gonna be awesome. Alright, I thought I'd just do an update. It's day 18, was the night of 18. And, you know, yesterday on the 17th day, I was feeling pretty rough. I was like, God, I don't know if I can do this. But I taught went to work today, and then I taught until 9 at night, and I felt great. Felt really, really good. And I still feel really good, which is really surprising. Yeah, so I just got a few more days. I just have the hardest time sleeping. Last night, I went to bed at 6:30 in the morning and like slept for 2 hours. Gotta go to work tomorrow, and then I have nothing to do. Stop at the grocery store, get some melon, some good kind of fruit to break my fast, either Sunday, like late Sunday night, or Monday morning, we'll see. Alright, super stoked. It's day 19, just got off work, and I got nothing to do tonight. I'm gonna run to the grocery store and get some melons, some higher water content fruit to break my fast, either on Sunday night, or maybe I'll wait till the next morning on Monday. So I'm looking forward to a weekend of just lying in bed and meditating. Going to my local food co-op here. I'm usually here like every day. Now it's like, it's been so long. And I'm so excited. Well, that was anticlimactic. Did not have any watermelon. They only had cut up watermelon, so what I'll probably do is I'll probably come back on Sunday and buy it then, because it'll probably be fresher. That's a bummer, they don't have any watermelon. Guess I'm gonna wait till Sunday to buy something. Good news, called the other lake winds, a little bit further away, but they've got a bunch of cantaloupe, so I'm gonna go buy that. I prefer to break my fast with cantaloupe anyway. I can stuff myself with cantaloupe and I feel nothing but awesome. I'm gonna go buy like 9 cantaloupes. I'm just gonna buy all the cantaloupes they have left. Like, this guy likes cantaloupe. Yes, I do. That's gonna be good. Because the first thing I break my fast with should be fresh. You don't want to break it with some stuff that's been oxidized in the air. Alright, cantaloupe. So, that's awesome. I'm really excited actually. Yeah, I'm really excited. I prefer cantaloupe, man. Alright, let's try this again. Yeah. Here they are. Yeah, I've been fasting for 21 days and I'm gonna break my fast with cantaloupe. Okay, here's 28 and here is 27. You too. Yeah, baby. I'm super stoked. So funny, that girl was just like, she looked at the bag, she was so surprised. Like, yep, I am breaking a 21-day water fast, and this is the only melon in town, so I am stocking up. I think I did buy like 9 or 10 melons. In her defense, that is very strange. They probably don't get a lot of that in there. Oh, I feel good now. That feels good that I got that taken care of, so come Monday morning or Sunday night at midnight. Yeah, I'm like 450 hours in. Day 19. You know, I feel pretty good. I'm surprised. Surprised how good I feel. I mean, I'm not like, I feel good mentally, but like, it's actually hard to walk up and down stairs. I noticed that the most. It's like hard to stand for a long time. It's hard to walk up the stairs. I got the last 9 or 10 cantaloupe in town. Could have probably found some non-organic cantaloupe, but I'm not gonna break my fast with some pesticide-ridden crap. It's more than just the pesticides too. Organic food just has more nutrition. That's the other reason. People don't realize that. Got an easy weekend, man. I got nothing to do tonight. I got nothing to do tomorrow, and I got nothing to do on Sunday. It's gonna be nice. I've decided for the rest, no more electrolytes at all. There's no need for them. All I have to do is lie down. One of the things you notice if you ever fast is when your electrolytes get low, your blood pressure will get low. And then when you stand up really quickly, if you don't focus and pay attention, you could probably fall down or faint. For me, it's like, it doesn't bother me. It's actually kind of fun. Stand up, it's like, okay, we gotta make sure we don't fall over. You see stars and your vision goes black. So get up slowly, unless you're a thrill seeker like me. Yeah, I don't think I've ever fainted though. It's never gotten to the point where like I actually black out, but like I can feel the blood leaving my head. Yeah, man, this is the home stretch. I was so worried. This week was like, I was worried, man. Teaching was easy though. It was so easy, but I did have electrolytes. I had to. This last week for sure, I did it almost every day. I had salt and potassium and magnesium. The magnesium, I think I overdid a couple times because I could feel my intestines kind of gurgling, which I never got from just the sodium and the potassium. So I think magnesium's the least important one. Maybe like do that every few days. And I didn't even, like the RDA is like 350 milligrams. I probably never did. I was doing a half teaspoon and that was like 67 milligrams. And I do like maybe 2 of those a day. Maybe a couple times I did 3. Maybe that was too much, so that's like what? Maybe 200 milligrams or something. Anyway, so I never even reached the RDA, but I felt kind of gurgly. So I would recommend if you want to try magnesium, keep it to like 67, maybe keep it to 100 milligrams a day, or just don't do it every day. Just try to listen to your body. The potassium, I went up to 300 to 600 milligrams a day, and for the sodium, probably 1,000 milligrams a day. I don't think I ever went over 2,000. I'm not gonna do any more electrolytes, just clean water. Break my fast with cantaloupe, organic cantaloupe. Man, that's gonna be money, man. You have no idea how good that's gonna be. Alright, so there it is. I fasted for 21 days, and now I shall eat some cantaloupe. I made it 21 days. It's midnight on Sunday. Got my app here. 504 hours and 1 minute. So I'm ready to break my fast. All right, I'm ready. You know what, on second thought, I'm gonna go another few weeks. All right, see you guys. Just kidding. All right, so I got a cantaloupe here that's ripe and ready. I'm gonna cut this up here. Here's my cantaloupe. It's got a little bit of a bad spot, so I'm gonna cut that off. The first thing I eat to have any mold on it. Oh my God, wow. Smells really good. All right, so cut that in half. All right, so I'm gonna weigh out exactly 1 ounce of cantaloupe. So let's see here. All right, so that's about 1 ounce. So yeah, I'm gonna eat that and I'm gonna save the rest. I'm gonna eat this and then I'm gonna eat 2 ounces in 2 hours. And then I'm just gonna maybe go to bed and then just increase that by another ounce every 2 hours. All right, so I'm going to end my fast for real here. 504 hours, and I'm gonna wait till an even 10. I like even numbers. Yeah, I should just show you that. 21 days and 10 minutes. That's a record for me. God, I'm almost like not even hungry, which is kind of weird. I'm gonna eat though, because I'm sick and tired. You know, I haven't slept right and can't remember the last time. I'm sleeping like 2 hours here and there. All right. Food. Huh. Oh my God. Wow. Ah. Oh my God. Oh. Whoa. Oh my God. That is so good. Oh my God. It's like like Carnival in Brazil. It's like that happened in my mouth. Just like a buttery and sweet and like salty and like, it's like I can taste, it's like they say like blind people like have super really good hearing. It's like my sense of taste is like 20 times what it normally is. Wow. And like cantaloupe's like my favorite fruit, so like it's already good usually, but wow. That's the best tasting thing I've ever had in my life. That words fail me. I almost like don't know if I can handle another taste. It was so rich and good. Wow. Yeah, fruit's good. If you're ever looking for something to eat, get some like organic fruit. Trust me, ripe organic fruit. It's good. It's like really good, like no joke. Yeah, so I'm down to 129 pounds, which is, if I went to the doctor, they would be like, so are you anorexic? So yeah, 140 pounds is the lowest BMI that's like considered healthy for my height. And then I could push that all the way down to 130, which is a BMI of 17.5. Below that is when they start questioning you for anorexia. So yeah, good time to stop. My body percentage fat is 5%. Someone asked me this, is that scale super accurate? It said I was 9% at the beginning, and at Orange Theory Fitness, I did a meeting with one of the coaches and I did a device where you hold on, and I was 9.2 or something like that. So I think it's a good baseline. I dropped like 4% body fat, which I'm still like 5% body fat is not, like I could go more. And the Bushmen, like the modern day Bushmen, they go like 10 days without eating all the time. So our bodies are totally capable of doing it. I could probably go more. I could go longer. I don't want to. Man, I can't stop watching YouTube videos about making recipes. And like I'm a raw vegan, right? So I know what makes me feel the best is eating mostly fruit and like simple salads. But like when I wasn't eating anything, everything seemed good. Brownies and pizza and even like vegan pizza. But I wonder once I start eating my normal diet again, will I even want those things? I wonder. All right, I'm having this other piece. Oh my God. Oh, wow. That's so good. Oh my God. Just gotta tell myself I'm not gonna eat anymore for a couple hours. Well, there it is, guys. I did it. I did 21 days. Man, I was super nervous actually before I started. I didn't think I was gonna be able to do it. And part of the reason is because I didn't take off work. I couldn't afford to take off work. It's tough for me because I make a lot of my money teaching, and over the summer, probably about 30% of my students take off. So September is an important month for me to get back at it. So yeah, guys, I'll do like a summary later. I'm gonna probably try to go to bed. Wow, I can't wait to get back to eating a lot every day. And exercising, I miss exercising. And the other thing I miss, so this weekend, I did a really good job of laying in bed like pretty much the whole time, which is kind of hard, man. It's hard for me to not feel productive. Like I slept for as much as I could and I meditated as much as I could, but I get a little crazy, so I had my iPad and I made lists and goals, and God, it was a spiritual beautiful experience though, because you actually forget about hunger. You're not really hungry. Like, you're thinking about food, but you don't feel hungry. And then, you don't have a sex drive really at all either. So the only thing you're thinking about is like your passion and your goals. It's kind of like I don't know, it's like a pure, beautiful kind of thing actually. I'd recommend everyone that is healthy enough that talks with their doctor to do a fast at least once in their life, just to see what you're capable of. It's amazing what we're capable of. There's a quote I really like. The quote is, you're better than you think you are. You can do more than you think you can. And that was a quote like a running coach said to some people, but it's true for everything. I mean, we tell ourselves like, oh, I gotta eat. Like, I'm so hungry. It's like, you don't know hunger really until you go weeks without eating. You don't know what it's really like. The body doesn't want to switch to burning fat. It doesn't want to, but it's totally capable of doing it. It's just your body is all about energy conservation. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there, folks. I will probably do like a summary or something and some tips at the end. I'll see you later. Just thought I'd check in. Yeah, I broke my fast last night and I ended up just eating that whole cantaloupe, but I've spaced it out between 4 hours. So this morning I ate 2 cantaloupes. I mean, I spaced it out. Then I went to the grocery store, which was just fantastic, man. Oh man, that was a great place to be. Just good vibes. And there was 4 like perfectly ripened mangoes that I got, and I ate all of those, which is probably more than I should have, but man, they were so good. Yeah, it made me feel really full. You definitely tell my digestive system's like, okay, this is more than you've been giving me lately. But like, it's not painful. I feel fine. I know there's stories of people getting hernias and stuff. I feel fine. And then I decided to make a banana smoothie with 8 bananas and 2 cups of blueberry and some coconut water, raw coconut water. And man, I ate a good amount of that. And I was like, it's like, didn't like the flavor. The bananas weren't ripe enough, so they're kind of like acidic a little bit. So I was like, So I put a little raw maca powder in it, and so like everyone's all into this barley grass juice powder stuff, but like I can't. It's never gluten-free completely. It'll say gluten-free, but it can still have traces. So I got alfalfa grass powder. Put a tablespoon of that, and man, I don't know what's in that stuff, but it's just like pure alfalfa grass powder. I feel so good right now. Like, I'm just like teaching my lessons. I'm just like, man. Some days I'm like checking the clock. Today I was like, no, let's try it again. That's okay, I can stay another 5 minutes. Let's get this done. Man, I feel so good. I can't remember the last time I felt so good. Like, I feel my whole body is a warm blanket over it. And my like outlook on like hesitant to use the word high, but I feel high right now. I feel really high. Yes. Yeah, I just thought I'd share that. I guess, yesterday. I feel like I've been living like a day and a half at least, but no, that was last night. Yeah, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling really full. Like, I feel full, but like my body's like so happy with me right now. Like, it's like, Chase, you gave me what I wanted. You dirty little dog. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting. It's like, yeah, man, you really nailed it. Yeah, man, life is easy when you're not fasting. Life is surprisingly easy. I just like feel so good. Like, I want to go party. But I don't want to like, I don't want to drink. Like, I just want to go like to the party and just vibe, Like, I don't need anything. Like, I don't think I could possibly feel any better. You're feeling good when you're driving like the speed limit. Like, yeah, I got somewhere to be, but I'm being pretty hard right here, right now, so I'm just gonna rock it. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna eat. I did have that alfalfa grass powder, which I guess is like a supplement, but I'm gonna keep it pretty much mostly fruit for probably 2 or 3 days, at least probably 2 days, and then a couple of days I'm gonna start working out again. And when I work out, I'm definitely gonna have a salad because I gotta get that protein. Just gonna get those vegan gains, yo. Hashtag vegan gains, bro. I don't know what it is. 3 weeks without food, your body eating food gives you a high, and so my neurotransmitters in my brain got like basically reset. So like now, like that, I'm like eating the best food possible, fresh, organic, ripe fruits. Like my body's just jamming, man. Just want to hug people. Man, I feel really good. It's crazy how good I feel. I feel really, really good. Oh, I feel so good. It's weird. I guess it's not that weird. When I was fasting, honestly, I didn't feel that great a lot of the time. Especially like the last few days, man, like lying in bed trying to meditate, oh, that was really difficult. I mean, I did a good amount of it and a little bit of sleeping, but at a certain point, it's like I gotta like read or write down some goals or watch some YouTube videos on my iPad. Did have my iPad in bed. Turned it off most of the time, but I had it there. I figure like sometimes it's better when you're trying to sleep. If you've already been trying to sleep for like 3 hours, it's better to get up and like do something for a second and then try again. So I had my iPad and I had a couple books just in the bed with me. I watched Dances with Wolves. Wow, what a great film. I'm just rambling now. So you guys don't want to watch a 45-minute long fasting video with like 20 minutes of me rambling in the car all high from eating delicious nutrition after 3 weeks of omission. Yeah, it's a good day to be alive. You know, a lot of people get upset about the bikers on the road. I don't. You know, they're just people, you know, trying to bike and stuff. You know, like that's like, I don't have a problem with that, you know. It's like, yeah, one time a biker did like swerve into me and I had to swerve into the other lane, like so I didn't hit them. And luckily there wasn't a car there. But other than that, you know, it's like, come on, man, they're just trying to have a day. Sound like a hippie. I know, I'm aware of it. I know you guys are probably like, this guy sounds like a hippie, but I don't care. I get it now. I finally get it. Hippies just feel awesome from eating fruit all day. I mean, there's no drug that could ever make you feel as good as this. There's no drug. Because any drug you take, it's gonna have that kind of weird twistedness to it. Take a drug like Molly, it's like supposed to be like, you know, heaven. Well, it jazzes you up and it's like you're not you, right? It's not like the highest potential of you. It's some artificial contrived thing in your neurotransmitters to create this thing where when you've given your body everything that it needs, it's like, it's enlightenment. It's just perfect. Anyway, I'm pulling up to this house I teach at, so peace. Hey guys, it's been a few months, but I just wanted to share the end of my experience. I really set out to do the refeeding right. It started out good. I kept it to 2 ounces the first meal, the first 2 hours, but then ended up eating the whole cantaloupe the next 2 hours. Then the next morning I ate 2 more cantaloupes. Then 2 hours later I ate 4 ripened mangoes and I felt very full. 2 hours later I decided to make a banana smoothie with 8 bananas, 2 cups of blueberries, some raw coconut water, a little raw maca powder, and 2 tablespoons of alfalfa grass juice powder. This smoothie caused me to feel incredibly high. I finished teaching, went home, went to bed, and when I laid down I noticed the knots in the wood on my ceiling were moving around. And not like I blink and it stops, but like consistently moving. I know my brain was being deprived of dopamine and serotonin during my fast, and now my brain was hypersensitive, which could explain my hallucinations. Serotonin is released after eating fruit, enhancing calmness, improving mood, and lessening depression. But serotonin has also been implicated in the causation of hallucinations. LSD, mescaline, psilocybin, and ecstasy all work as serotonin 5-HT2A receptor agonists. So it's possible my brain was so sensitive to serotonin from being deprived for 3 weeks that eating large amounts of fruit caused these hallucinations. But I'm not sure. I have heard of people hallucinating during a fast, but this has never happened during any of my fasts. And now it happened after the refeeding for me. The next day I had another smoothie and more mangoes, but in the evening I went right into eating a big salad. I was so stuffed that I needed to sit down and meditate for about an hour afterwards. I had some extremely spiritual insights into my life. It was very healing. I recorded it.
I experienced the strongest gratitude during my meditation. I've endured a lot of illness, pain in my life. Through everything, I've made it here today, and that's a triumph. Because today is beautiful. It's a beautiful gift. And I wouldn't change anything for it, not a thing.
The next day, my digestive system was more or less back to normal. In summary, I started at 161 pounds and ended at 129 pounds. I started at 9% body fat and ended at 5% body fat. I plan to go on doing a 26-day water fast at Tanglewood Wellness Center in Costa Rica. Tune in for the next fasting installment. As always, if you have any questions, leave it in the comments, and if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for future videos. Alright, see you next time.